Rowan, we saw Magic Time here this morning at the Gold Coast. She's been here for a while now as she prepares for the Kingsford Smith Cup on Saturday. How's the sort of progress been since the All-Age Stakes win?
Yeah, very good, Mitch. Like you say, she's been here for a while. Very, very happy with the way she's settled in here. She's very adaptive, very intelligent mare, and all that side of it's been really good. And then obviously in the last sort of week or two, we've just started to pick things up as she prepares for the race on Saturday.
She trialled here 7 days ago, stretched out nicely on the bee grass, sat back in the field off a good tempo, but hit the line sweetly. Must have been happy with that trial.
Yeah, couldn't possibly been any more happy with the way she went that morning. Graham came up for that trial. Just wanted Mick to give her a nice trial without overtaxing her. Obviously, she's very fit, coming from the racing she'd had prior to that. So, yeah, she travelled very sweet in the trial and really rounded it off very well without being asked. And Mick was over the moon, and Graham was very happy with her. So that was really pleasing. And then obviously just continued the progression since then.
She just seems like a absolute racehorse. You know, she's won on a synthetic, she's won on good ground, she's won on that heavy 10, that bottomless track at Randwick. I think the races were called off after the All-Age Stakes. Nothing seems to phase her under race conditions. Is she like that at home as well?
Yeah, that says it all. I mean, she's a very bomb-proof, complete racehorse. Outstanding mind, outstanding engine. She's a relatively unassuming horse to look at. She's not big or imposing or anything like that, but an incredibly good mind. Very adaptive to everything. As you say, she's won on the synthetic. She's won a Group 1 on a good 3 at Caulfield, which is firm ground. And then she's won a Group 1 on bottomless surface at Randwick. So nothing seems to phase her. There's no challenge that she can't overcome. And she's continued to get better and better with racing. And right now, as we stand, very happy with her going into Saturday.
Saturday's race is a strong Group 1, as it has been since the inception of this Kingsford Smith Cup. But 1,300 metres seems to be a really good sweet spot for this mare, and if the rain does come, you know she can handle any sorts of surfaces.
Yeah, no issue with the rain. The rain will probably be a little bonus in the sense that she handles it and perhaps one or two other horses won't. But Graham isolated the Kingsford Smith. He thought it was a beautiful race for her coming off the All-Age. He just thought if we came back to the Doomben 10,000 at 1,200 metres, it might be a fraction sharp. So 1,300 metres with a little gap between runs was going to be ideal. The trial leading into it looks a really nice distance for her, and then obviously depending on how she goes there in that race, that'll be a little fork in the road as to what Graham does with her after that race.
Yeah, she was given, was it 54.5 in the Stradbroke? Is that the
55.
sort 55? That's sort of
55.
that's the sort of weight that you thought that she'd get.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty fair weight. We actually spoke to Racing Queensland a while back to get a sense and a feel for what weight she would get, and they thought between 54.5, 55.5, so the spread was spot on. She got 55. It seems to be a very fair weight for a dual Group 1 winner. It's probably a winnable weight, and it'll just depend on obviously how she goes in the Kingsford Smith, and then Graham's got to make a decision after that as to whether she goes 2 weeks into the Stradbroke or whether he waits for a Tats Tiara. But she certainly won't run in both.
How hard is it to pick them up off a run like the All-Age Stakes where it was such testing ground? You know, did she bounce back after a week, or was it a couple of days? Like, just take us through that sort of process.
Yeah, you would think so, and that was absolutely bottomless ground. Like you say, the meeting was abandoned after the race, but yeah, she didn't miss a beat after the race. She went into the race really fit. It's ground that she gets through really well. Mick did say probably 3/4 of the way down the straight when she was looming up, she was starting to feel the pinch, and then he asked for another effort, and she gave it. So it was a very taxing run and win, but you wouldn't know it after the race. She progressed really well. Obviously, Graham gave her a very quiet time after the race, but she bounced back great, and then she obviously made the trip up here, which is a consideration as well, but she got through that trip really well. So yeah, hasn't missed a beat across the board, which is probably reflective of her mind. She's just got a great mind, very relaxed with everything, takes everything in. So pleased with the way she came through what was obviously a very taxing run.
Looking over your shoulder, some nice big dark clouds building, so some nice Melbourne weather for you to settle into, and maybe that rain affected track for the mare on Saturday. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks Mitch, appreciate it.